Imam al-Kaظm, they moved him from prison to prison. More than 15 years he spent in prison. The first prison was in Basra. Then they took him to Qantara prison. Then they took him to the prison of Fadl ibn al-Rabi'. Do you know Fadl ibn al-Rabi'? Do you know one day what he said? You know Imam Musa al-Kaظm, when he first entered prison, you know what his first words were? Ya Allah, all my life I have asked you to give me the honor of worshipping you in a place alone. I now thank you that you've given me this honor. Would you say that if you were in prison? Would you? Ya Allah, all my life I've asked you to let me be in a place where I can worship you alone. Now thank you. Would you say that? Prison makes a human being get destroyed sometimes. Fadl ibn al-Rabi', when Imam Musa al-Kaظm was moved from Basra prison, then to Qantara prison, then to Fadl ibn al-Rabi''s prison. Fadl ibn al-Rabi' told Ahmad al-Qazwini, he said to him, Ahmad, come with me to my prison. So he came. He said, what do you see in the prison? He said, I see a man. I see a white robe. He said, no, look closer. He said, no, I see a white robe. He said, no, that's Musa ibn Ja'far in sujood. The whole time in prison he studies in his sujood. He says Harun al-Rashid sent the most beautiful girl in the whole of Arabia into Musa ibn Ja'far's prison. And when she entered the prison, she said to Musa ibn Ja'far, oh man, whatever you want from me I'll give you. And he didn't reply. Whatever you want I'll give you. And he didn't reply. The third time she said, please, whatever you want I'll give you. The Khalifa sent me. She says that he turned around to me and he said, oh lady, why would I want what you offer when Allah has offered more? Said by the time the guards entered the prison, they saw Musa ibn Ja'far in sujood and the lady behind him in sujood. And he sent people into the prison who didn't speak Arabic. They came out as Muslims. He said, what's wrong with you? You people were meant to kill Musa ibn Ja'far. They said the man started speaking to us in our language. And we became Muslims from his words. Fadl ibn Rabi' used to say, how can I torture a man? In the daytime he is fasting, in the night he is praying. Then after that they took him to the prison of Fadl bin Yahya, until at the end they took him to the prison of As-Sindi. As-Sindi. Do you know what his prison was? May Allah bless the soul of Imam Musa ibn Ja'far. All those years in prison. You know what his prison was? The other prisons, they were tight spaces. As-Sindi's prison was the type of prison where it's a narrow pole and they make you stand inside it so that you can't sit. And on top of that pole they put a rock so that you could not know the difference between day and night. And Imam Musa ibn Ja'far used to say to the guards, I do not know the difference between the day and the night. When you want to pray your salah, I beg you come and tell me so I can at least attempt to pray my salah. And you know there is a hadith, which is the hadith which hurts you. That the one day they removed the rock, the time when they removed the rock from the top of his pole where he was in, he tried to look outside for some of the daylight. All of a sudden a man came and smacked him and hit him with his legs. And they began to kick the face of Imam Musa ibn Ja'far. Do you know how many people visit Imam Musa ibn Ja'far and don't cry by his grave? Do you know? Because they say we don't know anything about his life. No Imam of Ahl al-Bayt was tortured like Musa ibn Ja'far. No Imam. Aba Abdullah, there is no day like Aba Abdullah. But there are no years like Imam Musa al-Kaظm.